All right. Okay, so you have your book, and we're just going to put that on the floor for now. We're going to find our, by the way, Happy New Year. We're going to find our Happy New Year Pilates posture. Shoulders roll up, back, and down a couple times. Relax those shoulders. Lengthen tall through the head. Pull your abs in. Let's step up on that block with your right foot. Come on up, and all we're going to do to start with is flex that left heel up so that both feet are even with the block or the book. Then you're going to bend your right knee enough that you can tap your heel, but you're not going to put any weight on it. So you're going to lift and tap, lift and tap. It is a really small range of motion, depending on how thick your book is, right? But you should start to feel this work in your glute and your quads. Again, no weight on that leg. I shouldn't see a shift in your hips, just a drop, a drop, a drop, a drop. Good. Drop. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now point those toes in front of you. Bend that right knee again. Slide those toes forward with no weight on them. Lift, lower, come back. Slide forward, lift, lower, and back. Forward, up, down. Forward, up, down. Forward, up, down. Forward, up, down. Good, just 2 more. I think the background of the noise might be my cat. All right, pull your abs in, point your toe to the side, bend and lift. Bend and lift, sorry, let's add that lift. Bend, up, down, back, up, down, back. Good, let me just see what happened. Oh, you little rascal. All right, we'll play with those later, okay? We'll play with them later. Couple more. Good. Bend, up, down, and last one. Good. And now we're going to come up, and we're going to head straight to the back. So you're going to bend that right knee, stretch the left leg back, lift up, down, and come up. Reach up, down, stretch, lift, lower, stretch, lift, lower, stretch, lift, lower, stretch, lift, lower, stretch it back, lift it, lower it. This one you should really feel in those glutes. Make sure as you lean forward, you're not hunching though. Good. 2 more. Lift, lower, and up. And now we're going back to that very first one. Toes are flexed back. And we just tap and lift, tap and lift, tap and lift. Should be short, quick movements and should be topping off that quad and that glute. Occasional cat might fly up in the screen. Or come standing calm. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Hopefully you got some action in that right glute and quad. Standing up on it with your left foot, please. Flex your right toes back, even your hips. Bend your left knee so that your right heel taps and lift. And lift. Good. Good, really working that left quad, left glute. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now point those right toes, bend that left knee, slide forward, lift, lower, come up. Slide it forward, lift, lower, and up. Slide, lift, lower, up. Slide, lift, lower, up. Slide. Good. And again, you're not really putting any weight on that right leg. Last 2. Last 1. And now we head to the side. We lean into it, lift, lower, and up. Slide, lift, lower, and up. 2 more. Beautiful. All right, and now we head to the back. So we're gonna bend that left knee. We're gonna really reach back with those right toes, leg nice and straight, lift it, lower it, come back. Slide, lift, lower, and back. Slide, lift, lower, and back. Good, keep going. Slide it back, lift, lower. Should really be topping off that quad and glute. Last 2. Last 1. And then once more, we go back to that first one, and we're just going to quickly bend and straighten. Let that right heel drop and lift, no weight on it, no weight. Lift, 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 and relax. Woo! Whew. Quads and glutes should be nice and warmed up, or more than warmed up. We're going to polish off with a little bit of calf work. So you may want to have a hand on something that's stable. You're going to step up on that book. Let's start with your right foot. Sorry, since we just worked your other. With the ball of the foot and the toes. And then come up. And once again, that opposite leg, that left leg is just going to hang in space. Your right heel is going to drop down and then come even with the book. Drop and come even. Drop and come even. Drop and even. Think about pulling those ribs in as you do this. Try not to lean back or sit back into that heel. 2 more like that, and then stay even with your book and lift up above the book. Even and above, even and above. Good, and now we put that together. So you're gonna drop your heel lower than the book, come through the book height, and then above. Down, all the way up, down, all the way up. Good. 2 more. Last one, stay up as high as you can, hold, and then give me 8 little lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, step, keep that same foot on your book, but step back a little, and then step forward with your left foot. Bring your hips underneath you, and that should already start to give you a nice stretch in your calf. And then you can bend that knee and take it a little deeper if you want. And then we'll step off and go up with that left foot. Again, toe and ball of the foot. Right foot is hanging in space. Left heel drops and comes even. Drop, even with the book. Drop, even, drop, even. Good, and now we go above the book and even with the book. Above and even. Up, up. Good, and now we're gonna go all the way down, even and all the way up. Down, even and up, down, even up, down, even up, down, even and up, all the way up, all the way up. 2 and 1, stay here, hold it and little pulses. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Step back a little so you can get your heel on the ground, and then forward with your opposite foot, but keep your booty underneath you to get that stretch. And then bend that knee to take it a little deeper. And then we'll step off that book, and let's head down to the ground and get started with our core work. However, sorry. Well, y'all are already halfway there. We'll head down. We'll do the rest in just a second. All right, so come on down. And let's just start lying down. Book near you. I just need to adjust this camera just a little bit, I think, so you guys can see in case you have words across the bottom or a, there we go. Hopefully that is a little better. All right, so book is near you. And we're just going to start fingers on those hips. Let's just tip and tuck those hips a couple times. Remembering how that feels to find a neutral spine by then coming halfway. So you're not tucked under, but you're not tipped out, halfway. Ribs are in. And then you're going to grab your book. And we're just going to put the book on your abs, just for some awareness. Bring your fingertips on that book. Deep breath in, exhale. I want you to sink your abs and your ribs down, but try to do that without pressing your low back down. And that's your neutral spine. And then hands above you, holding onto that book. Deep breath in, exhale, press the book up to the sky, and then check and make sure you still have that neutral spine. Reach the arms overhead and yet hold the ribs down. Reach through your fingers. We're just going to hold this for a while. So keep checking that the ribs are pulled in, the abs are flat, but you still have a neutral spine. Back of the neck is long. You're going to bring that book behind your head for support, elbows wide, hold, and then extend those arms again and hold and bend for support, elbows wide, and then extend and bend again. Rest the head in the book, on the book. That's really in the book. And extend and rest again and extend. Last time, rest. Whew, let everything relax down. Hopefully you felt that. Let your knees do a little rock side to side. And then eventually let them drop to one side. Look over your opposite elbow. Back through center, other way. Good. Back through center. Elbows to the sky this time. And just pull your head, neck, and shoulders up to give you a nice stretch. And then flatten and open those elbows again. Bring one leg up at a time into tabletop. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull your belly button in. Check your neutral spine. See if you can lift your shoulder blades up. Inhale, extend the legs and the arms for double leg stretch. Exhale, support your head, stack your knees. Inhale to reach. Exhale to stack. Inhale, reach. And exhale, stack. And reach and stack. And reach and stack. Stretch. Reach. 4 more. Last one, we're going to hold this one. We're going to reach through the toes. We're going to stretch the arms longer. Challenge yourself to lift yourself a little higher. Drop your arms a little lower. Stretch your toes a little longer. Again, lift a little higher. Stretch your arms a little lower. Reach through the toes for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees in. Place that book on your shins. Take a little rock side to side. Now, if you have a heavy book and your neck is bothering you, it's just the same as when we use weights. So if you need to, take breaks with your head down. All right, let's put that book up against your right thigh, hands against the book. Everything in tabletop, shoulders out of your ears, nice neutral spine, even weight in both hips. Press, so you're using your triceps to push that book against the thigh. Hold the thigh where it is for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then slide the book over. Switch which hand is on top, so you're using the opposite hand a little more, and press against that thigh again. And you'll feel a little lopsided. You may feel like as if you tip to one side, and relax. And now book back over on your right leg. Switch which hand is on top if you had one hand on top. This time, extend the opposite leg, flex through the heel of the bent knee, reach through that straight leg, If you want, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up, but you do not have to. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch other leg. Switch your hands. Reach to your toes. Flex your foot of the bent knee. Press, reach, and switch on an inhale. And exhale, reach. Inhale, switch. Exhale, reach. Inhale, switch. Exhale, reach. Inhale, switch. Exhale, reach. Switch on the inhale, stretch on the exhale. Inhale, switch. Exhale, reach. Inhale, switch. Exhale, reach. One more time. Switch it up and bend the knees. Once again, that book is going across the shins for just a second. All right, next challenge, and if your leggings are slippery, you'll just have to, or your book is slippery, you'll have to see if this works. Take your book so that most of it is below your knees, but you may have to put some of it between your knees to be able to hold it. Shoulders back and down. If those ribs pop up, pull them in. Exhale, pull the belly button a little deeper. On the inhale, lower your legs away from your body. You're opening up the angle of the hip, but you're not letting that low back pop up. Exhale, back up. Back of the neck is long. Inhale as those knees move away from you, and exhale to bring them back up again. Keep that going, toe touch exercise. Few more here. And relax. Legs really wide, or feet really wide. Drop your right knee in, let your left knee drop to the side. Book can just be off to the side. Should be a nice hip flexor stretch for that right leg. And then back through center, other direction. And then back through center. We're going to extend both legs up. We're going to reach with that book behind our right leg. And we're going to pull it in a little closer. So we basically just extended our arms. Pull that right leg a little closer. Exhale, give me 2 pulls. Inhale, switch, hold that left leg for a moment. Let's kind of square things up. It's not about the right leg. Remember, it's about that left leg. And you lift yourself higher. Give me 2 pulses. And switch. And switch. Now, if the book is bugging you, this is scissors, the book isn't really adding a lot, you can feel free to do it without the book. But check in and see what your neutral spine is doing. Kind of more challenging on this one for sure. Couple more here. And rest your feet down. Feet are right underneath your knees. And now that book is going onto your hips, and then your hands press down on that book. Deep breath in. As you exhale, lift up into your bridge, and then accentuate lifting those hips a little higher and stretching those knees forward and pressing down on that book so you get a little extra tension. And then all I want you to do is shift your weight to that left leg and straighten the right one right in front of you. Flex through the heel, point the toes. Flex and point. The whole time you're pressing down with the book, you're lifting with your left glute. If you want to, add a small lift of the glute. Couple more. And right foot down. Let's bring those hips down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. We're going to lift right back up again. Ribs pull down. Booty lifts. Fingers press down. left leg extends, and again, you're just gonna point and flex. If you want to, you can add a little lift and lower using that right glute. And back down and relax, stretch that left leg out, bring the book behind your right knee, pull it in for a little quick hamstring stretch. You can circle those ankles. Good. Right leg out, left knee in. Same thing, give it a nice tug and circle if you'd like. Good. All right, let's put that book over our shins again. Option to rock side to side, or we're gonna do a really, really small rolling like a ball. So you're gonna bring your forehead up and you're just gonna start rolling on sort of that mid to low back. And then if you can, come up a few vertebrae and roll on a slightly lower part of your spine. And then if you can, come up and it's just your sacrum tucking and tucking. And then if you want to, do your full rolling like the ball, but as controlled as possible. Next time you come up, let's go ahead, sit up, put that book underneath you, and come up on your glutes. And then, as always, from a seated position, we'll pull those glutes out from under us, and then widen our legs. Some of you might want to keep them bent for spine stretch, or you may be able to straighten them, but just give it a nice hinge. Because we're on that book, our hips are lifted, and you might be able to go a little farther than normal because you won't have to round as much, or hopefully you won't. You can reach for whatever part of your foot or your leg you can, and then just hinge forward. You're welcome to pull on those toes as you squeeze those shoulders back. And then press up nice and tall. All right, from there, still seated, elongating through that spine, arms out to the side, deep breath in. On the exhale, I want you to twist your left hand forward towards your right toe. Give me a hinge without rounding. So stay lifted, reach, reach, reach. Notice if your back hip came up, push it down. And then you can put your left hand down and get a deeper twist, and then inhale, center. We're going the right hand towards the left toes, hinge and reach, hand down, opposite hip down, reach backwards, and inhale, sit tall. Let's make that a fluid stall motion. So we twist and reach and stretch, even weight in your hips, and up. Twist, reach, stretch, and up. Twist, reach, and up. Exhaling to reach, inhaling to sit tall. Check your posture when you come up. Think about squeezing those shoulder blades together. Last two. You have one more each direction. And then stay seated, but bring your big toes to touch. Again, check and make sure you're right on those sit bones. Big toes are together, feet flex back. All right, as we do the twist, we want to rotate at the waist, not the hips. If your feet are moving apart, you're moving your hips. So here we go, arms to the side. We're going to twist to the right. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, center, check your toes. To the left. Inhale, center. And center. To the left. Give it a little momentum. Push, push, push. Go a little farther each time. And center. center. Again. Can you bend your right elbow and push, push, push left elbow. And right. And left. And relax. All right, bring your hands to the edges of your book. Hands pointed out, or if you want to, you can kind of sneak them under your hips. And then you're just going to shimmy your hips in front of that book. If your shoulders rolled forward, push them up, back, and down. And let's start with a little bend in the knees. We're just going to pulse, a little tricep pulse. So elbows go backwards. Keep your booty back. It's not this movement. You need to make sure you're actually bending and straightening those elbows. Little tricep dip. And relax. Feet are down. Now we're going to grab that book. Shoulders up, back, and down. Sit nice and tall. Make sure you're not rounded at all, right? So pull those glutes back out from under you. Bring that book in front of you. We're going to do shoulder retraction. So fingers down. We're not bending the elbows. We're just squeezing back. This time, squeeze back, hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go forward. Squeeze back, hold. And forward. Squeeze back, hold. Good. A few more. Squeeze back, hold. Squeeze back, hold. Last 2. And last 1. Beautiful. Relax that down. Arms in front of you. Now give me that hinge. Pull your ribs in. Arms rotate to me. And then center. And away. And center. And relax for a moment. Shoulders up, back, and down. Arms still back in front of you. Retract those shoulder blades, hinge back, pull your belly button in, lift the arms a little higher, bring them down, come up, lift them up, extend if you want. Deep breath in, exhale, hinge, pull your belly button in as you lift your arms. Exhale, come up, inhale, lift tall. Exhale, hinge, pull your belly button in. On the inhale, lift your arms, come up, and lift. And back, pull in as you lift, and up. And relax, because we get to put those two things together. Deep breath in, hinge back, lift the arms as you twist to one side, lower them, come up, inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge, twist, lift, and back, back, and up, and lift. Exhale, hinge, reach, and lift to one side. Exhale, up, inhale, lift tall. Exhale, hinge, reach, lift to one side. Inhale, exhale, come back up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge, lift, reach, and back up. Make sure that you're not rounding when you go back too much. If you're twisting to the side, you want to kind of do that in a more of a neutral spine. And then come to center, relax. We have one last variation of that. So feet on the ground, knees are bent, sitting tall. Give me just a hinge, so no tucking. And I need you to make sure your arms you can't see, right? So bring them over your head. Hinge back a little more, but bring your arms over your head until you get to the place where, oh, if you kept going, you'd fall, and come 1 inch higher than that. And then rotate to me, center, away, center, to me, center, away, center. I'm looking and I see elbows in front of faces. So pull those arms back. Make sure you can't see your arms. You should not be enjoying this one too much. Last two, can you get your arms farther behind you? And one, and relax. Ah. All right, let's turn towards me, please. And we're gonna come down with that book. You're gonna stack your knees tabletop. You're gonna turn your heels into Pilates V, and you're gonna put that book on the top leg and just push down on it. Your arm rests underneath your ear, and you're not forward of your body, you're in line. Waistline is lifted, drop it down. Lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop. Last time, lift that waistline, and now push up against the book and all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. So, of course, the book doesn't weigh that much, but it weighs a little bit, and your hand is pushing down as much as you want. So outer hip work, and at the same time, stabilizing that waist. Now, if you wanted a little more challenge, turn your palm down, lift your torso, but don't let your ribs drop. So option to do that. And relax. Ooh, you can let that poor book rest for a minute. Give your hips a little love. And let's do that on the other side, please. So stack those knees, bend them. Arm right underneath your ear, waistline lifted. Pilates V with your feet. Book on top of that top leg. Hand presses down on that book. And when you're ready, lift that leg up and down. Again, if you want a little more challenge, press into that hand and press yourself up, but don't let those ribs drop. So if you do that, keep those ribs lifted for that extra challenge. And relax and give those hips some love. Let's stay on that side. Keep your book handy and bring yourself up onto your forearm for a side plank. If you have a thin mat, you are always welcome to fold that mat for a little extra cushioning. Figure out which kind of side plank you're going to do. Try and get the shoulder out of your ear, lift those ribs, try and get the hips in line with the shoulder, and you're not rotated, right? So find it all. And then once you get there, lift your book and put it on your top hip. And then simply hold it down and lift the hip. Press against the book. And relax. Stay in that position, but put your book where your feet used to be. And then once again, we'll lift up in that side plank, and you're going to be a little higher this time with that lower body. So should add a little extra challenge. You are welcome to dip and lift, but don't make it a big dip lift. And relax. All right, we are headed to the other side. So again, since you're going to be doing that side plank, you are welcome to fold that mat. Your book is going to be with you. We want to push that shoulder back, lift up out of it, engage those lats, lengthen through the body, try not to be rotated in your hips. Come on up. And then as you're ready, add that book. And then do a little lift and lower. Don't squish your cat. Hi, Boo. Good, and relax down. And then your book goes where your feet used to be. And then as you are ready, Come on up in that side plank again. And then once more, if you want, you can lift and lower. And then gently come down. All right, so now we're going to be pivoting over onto our abdominals, and your book is going to be out in front of you. Sorry, I just have a little bit of an obstacle, but it's a very sweet obstacle, so we don't want to disturb it. Okay, so as you lie down, big toes are on the ground, your toenails are down. That book is out in front of you, and you're simply going to press down to lift up, just a little bit. Then squeeze your shoulder blades together to bring the book closer. Feel work in your upper back, nod your head yes, and then relax down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift and slide, squeeze the shoulder blades and down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift and slide, and relax. Lift and slide, and relax. 2 more. Last time. Lift, slide, press down on your book. See if your body can or wants to go a little higher. And then relax. Bring those arms in front of you. Leave them where you are. Your head is going to be stationary. You're going to lift those legs, and you're going to give me a flutter kick. Oh. Your feet are closer together than mine, please. And relax. And then we'll put those 2 things together. So you're going to slide back, lift those legs, flutter kick, and come down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift, flutter, and relax. And lift and flutter, and relax. Last time, lift, flutter, and relax. All right. You're going to press back. Resting position. You can sit back on that book if that would feel comfortable to you. All right, and then as you come up, leave that book where your feet used to be. We're going to go into that plank with our toes on the book. But you'll be in your forearms. Good. All right, once you're there, shoulders out of your ears, we're going to start with some shoulder work. So I want you to round your shoulders, squeeze them together. Round them, squeeze them. One more time, round them. Squeeze them, find halfway. Drop your head and lift your head into alignment. Pull your belly button in, let it sag for a second, pull it in, let it sag, that shouldn't feel good, pull it in. Booty, tuck and squeeze it, lift it, tuck, squeeze, lift, tuck, squeeze, one more time, tuck, squeeze, leave it there. Flex through your right heel, flex through your left, right, left, flex through both heels. Now just hold that beautiful, perfect plank. And then come down. Relax back, resting position if that would feel good. And then while we're here, let's do a little bit of an undulating cat-cow. So hips up in the air, hands in front. Give yourself a little side-to-side movement. And then forward and round it back. And forward and round. Good. And last thing we'll do from that position is bring your right hand back and your left knee forward. So right hand back, left knee forward. So they should be close together. And then you're just going to let yourself swing forward and back. And then cow forward, cat back. A little different stretch. Cow forward, cat back. One more time. Cow forward, cat back. And now left knee goes back and left hand comes back. Oops. Yeah. Left hand forward. Sorry. What? No, right hand. I'm so confused. Opposites. find the opposite. Sorry about that. So cat-cow forward and back, or start with just the regular one and then cat-cow forward and back. She doesn't know what she's doing, does she, girl? All right, and relax. All right. We are coming back down onto our spine with our book again. I just have to figure out which end of the bed I'm going to be. I think I'm going to just share. Okay. All right. So at the beginning of class, we had that book behind our head and we have our elbows wide. So that's what I want you to find right now. Nod your head yes. So you don't want your book under your neck. You want it up towards the base of your skull or even a little higher. Deep breath in, find that neutral spine. Exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Notice if you squeezed and rounded, do your best to expand that chest. Stay lifted. Press your elbows into the ground. Support yourself to come a little higher, and then lift the elbows. Press them down, lift a little higher, and lift the elbows. Press down, lift a little higher, lift the elbows one more time. Press down, stay lifted, lift the elbows. You should be at a fairly high point with your elbows wide, just an isometric contraction here. Back of the neck is long, holding for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax down. All right, adding on to that, deep breath in, exhale, everything lifts up. Put your elbows on the ground and push against the elbows to lift yourself to your highest point, and then bring the elbows up. See if you can get both shoulder blades off the ground and then stack your legs tabletop. Turn them out into your froggy position. Twist towards me, but don't roll onto that shoulder. Keep that back elbow open and then extend your back leg. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist away. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. I want you to be aware of your back elbow, that you're keeping it nice and wide, not letting it come across like that, right? If you bring it across, your book will cross towards your ear. You want to keep everything nice and wide, and you're doing your best to keep your shoulder blade off the ground if possible. And relax and hug those knees in. That should have been kind of challenging. All right, now you're going to just pivot over to one side so you can put your book in a place that it'll end up basically underneath your shoulder blades, okay? And then these will be bent for now. There we go. All right. Now, if it's uncomfortable for your head to hang in space, bend your elbows, take your fingertips, and just simply support your head. If it's okay for your head to hang a little bit, drop it back and let your arms go wide into a T position. So we're stretching out those pectoral muscles. The other thing you could always do is if you had a pillow handy, you could use that to keep your head lifted. Whether your elbows are bent or your arms are straight, we're getting that chest stretch. Now I want you to bring your arms up into a V, almost as if you're making a touchdown sign, but not quite. And that should change the stretch. And then slide your hands down, palms still up, to say 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock on a clock. And again, just getting that nice stretch there. And then one more time, out into that T position. Beautiful. All right. So now we go back to those fingertips at the edges of your skull. Just like the last exercise we did, we're not going to let the elbows come forward. Deep breath in. On the exhale, press into the book to lift yourself a little bit higher. Keep your nice neutral spine. Keep even weight in both hips. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, you're going to drop back. Inhale at the bottom of your stretch. And exhale to come up. Inhale, hold here at the top. and exhale back and down. Inhaling. Exhale to lift. Inhale to hold and exhale back. Inhale, hold. Exhale, press. Inhale, hold. Exhale back. Inhaling, exhaling, lifting, holding on the inhale and exhale back. Now, if you want to make this a little more challenging, a couple options. Touch your hands to your shoulder blades and you're still lifting up and then you're still going over the book. So when you go over the book, you get that expansion. If you want even more than that, you create a longer lever by stretching your arms straight, crossing at the wrists, and interlacing your fingers. If you wanted more than that, when you come up, you can lift a knee into tabletop. If you wanted even more, you can stay in tabletop, make sure your head is cradled and lift, but don't forget the up and over. And you can always extend a leg when you come up for even more challenge. And then as you're ready, we're going to bring that right back into that stretch. Whoops. So arms into that T, or if you liked that V position, or that low V, you decide. You could even do goalpost. Nod your head yes to lengthen out the back of the head. And just once again, enjoy that squeeze between your shoulder blades. And then rotate over onto one side and bring yourself up. All right, and now we're gonna do what I had meant to do at the beginning of class. Bring that back to your feet. This time you're gonna have a straight arm plank. You're gonna tuck your toes. Good. And from there, once again, shoulders back out of your ears. Squeeze them up, back them out. Squeeze them up, back them out. One more time, squeeze them up, back them out. Press the floor away, round the shoulders, and then squeeze them together, and then round them. Squeeze them one more time, round them, squeeze them, find halfway. That should be strong. Pull your belly button in, let it sag. Pull it in, let it sag. One more time, pull it in. Tuck your hips, lift, tuck, lift. Last time, tuck, leave them there. Press to your right heel, press to your left heel, push both heels away. Should be really strong. And now you're just gonna pivot. Open your arm, top arm, you're opening to knee. Think about lifting that chest, reach to the sky, come back through center, checkpoints, head in line, shoulders broad, abs in, booty tucked, press through the heels, and then you're going the other way. And again, you're gonna open, stretch that chest open, and bring it back to center. Find all those checkpoints, bend your knees, press back, resting position. Good. And then as you come up, we're gonna round into that cat stretch and open into that cow. We're gonna lie down and stretch with the book. So bend your left knee and put the book behind your right, please. Use the edges of the book to pull that right knee really close. Feel your tailbone curl up and then press it down, flatten the tailbone. And then pull it in, curl that tailbone under and press it away. Keep the tailbone down, but pull the knee in without tucking the hip. So a little different challenge. Flex through the right heel, start lifting it up, still pulling that right knee in, and then finally flip the book so it's behind your calf. Point your toes, press to lift yourself up, and then flex through the heel and bring it in, deeper stretch. And then point those toes, tailbone goes down, flex, bring it back, and then flex, but put the tailbone down. Good. And then finally, you're just gonna turn the toe in, press the book against the outside for just a little extra stretch in that hip and that IT band, And then finally, legs cross over, book goes in your right hand to open up that right chest as your knees drop left. Come on back through center, uncross your legs. Bring that left knee in, put the book behind your hamstring. Pull it in and feel that tailbone round up. And then press it away, feel your tailbone go down. And then pull it back in. And press it away. And one more time, pull it in, press it away, and then try and pull the knee in as much as possible without rolling your tailbone down. Flex through the heel, and then stretch the leg up as you flip the book to your calf. Point your toe to lift yourself up, and then flex through the heel to bring it closer, deeper stretch. And point to lift, and flex, deeper stretch. Good. Bring that book into your left hand. Bring that over to the left. Oops, sorry. IT band stretch. Left toes turn in, book against that left leg. Now cross it over, and at the same time, put the book in your left palm, and your knees drop right. And then nice and easy, back through center, uncross your feet. If you put the book on your ankles, you can probably roll up pretty easily, and then you can just set your book down. Meet me in your cat-cow position, please. You are always welcome to unmute yourselves and make animal sounds. Just take those hips side to side first, of course, and then exhale to round into your cat. And cow. And cat. And cow. Good. From that cow position, shoulders out of your ears, touch the toes, hover your knees, and then press. And you're just going to, one at a time, drop those heels, prance it out, and then walk those legs really wide, come back, drop, nod your head yes, and shake it no. Bend your knees, hands on your thighs, shoulders out of your ears. Give me a cat. Meow.
No.
Cow. Oh. Deep breath in. 21, may it really be a happy year for everyone. Thank y'all for being here. We need to follow up with our 6